Hello everybody, here is Mariet from Made For You Art. Today I want to show you some of my dry pours, and this is the first one. It's the biggest one. This one is 120 centimeters by 60 and it's one of my favorites. It's on a wooden panel, so not a canvas, and I will show you guys up close. This was done by, I think, 10 or 11 flip cups, and it's awesome. I did put a light gloss varnish on it, as you can see. But look at those cells. I just love cells. Lots and lots of cells. The more the better. Because I find it fascinating. You can see so much things in it. You can use your imagination and everybody sees something different. Let's see. Oh yes, here it is. This is my fishy. My little fishy with the mouth and the eye and the fin. And my son told me this was a monkey, his eyes with his mouth wide open. He said, "Mommy, look, it's a monkey." So this one is so colorful, and I think it's just gorgeous to look at it. You keep looking at it. Every time you see something different. So this is the first one. The lighting here is not that great, I'm sorry, but I will try to adjust it a little bit by hand. So this is painting number one, and you can see it's a thin board, 1 centimeter, I guess. I think it's very heavy, of course, but I had it above my couch in the living room, and it's awesome. Painting number two. This was the sandwich pour by Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. The idea of the sandwich pour is that you use white to start with and then some colors in the middle, and then you end up with white paint in your cup. So you have a lot of white paint and then you get cells, but a few. And this was my second try. I will show you my first try after this one. So there's not a lot of white, but I think it's interesting. You have those soft colors and those big cells showing up through the white, and then all those little ones. This canvas, this pour, I used for the first time bookbinder's glue as a medium, together with my water and acrylic thinner. Normally I use a deco varnish that I mix with my acrylic thinner. It's like water, but it doesn't break down the paint, so I use it more in a little bit of water. And I use silicones in all my pours because I do want to get a lot of cells. But this one is 100 centimeters by 50. It's also a beautiful big one. I used too much paint with this, but the leftover paint I dipped some old canvases in as a background. So, but look here, this one, this is very bright, so this is very cool. And then the red with the green, and then somewhere, and then those little white specks. I think that is because of the bookbinder's glue. I never had that with my other pours. But overall I think this one was awesome, and I love the technique of the sandwich pour. It gives a whole different outcome. So that's my second one. Now I will show you my first sandwich pour. This was my first sandwich pour. I see a little fox in it, you know, with one ear, the second ear, its nose, and then its body. And this one has a lot of more soft pastel, how do you say it, colors like this. I used a lot of blue, but you see the orange took over. But this is very soft and big cells. And I think this is the most awesome part of it. Those little black cells. It looks like a leopard skin, or how do you say it, a tiger skin. And here those cells lining up together. I think they call it a caterpillar. I think this is a cool one. Too much paint, yes, here in the middle you can see the cracks. But I don't mind. Sometimes I don't like it, but this time I don't mind because the paint under it, you can see it. It shows, but and here is a crack. So it doesn't bother me. I like it. I still like it. And somebody else saw a dove in it, with its tail and a wing, and its head and another wing. So you can see what you want to see. You can put it in a different angle and you can see something else. But this was my first sandwich pour. Yes, next one. With this technique I tried dipping and blowing, and I wanted to make flowers. I didn't use a balloon, I just used a lid from a cup. I still don't know what I think of it. I think the white background is too white. Maybe I should have filled it up a little bit more with more flowers. But when it was finished, some flowers I liked, but some I didn't. So I thought maybe I could embellish it with a golden marker. But that didn't turn out like the way I wanted. As you can see here, the lines with my pen. Well, I don't think I can draw beautiful flowers. So I kept it. I don't know why. Maybe because I do love the color combination. It reminds me of fall colors. But yeah, maybe one day I will pour over it, because I really hate the lines, the flower lines I tried to create. And the white space is too much. So yeah, it was fun to do. A different technique than I usually do. But no, I'm not very fond of it. Some flowers I like this one. I like. But the next I want to show you are some flip cups canvases, because I really love to do flip cups, and these are 4 different kind of, so they are totally different, but cool on its own way. This was my first big canvas. Normally I when I began pouring, I used 20 by 20 centimeters or 30 by 30 centimeter canvases, and this one is 60 by 80 centimeters. So it was very exciting to try out, because yeah, I had to have enough paint, and it worked out, because I was so happy when I was finished with this one. The colors I just love. And when we get a closer look, this one has a gloss coat on it. I prefer matte, or matte, how you say it. But the colors were a little bit dull after it dried. So I put a gloss shine on it. And the colors are more vibrant now. It reminds me of a landscape from above with a river and trees. It's like maybe when you look from an airplane from above. You can see flowers and trees and water. So, in love with this one. I like it. And then there is this one, a totally different one. This one I poured the cups with paint, so I didn't do a flip cup, but it was a dirty pour and I poured the cups over the canvas. It was a technique I saw by Christina Welch, and the colors, she used these colors too in a beautiful pour, so I wanted to try them too, but she did it on a small canvas, so it was more spread out and not that. If you see it from this angle, from afar, it's very dark and you see the white very good, but if you go up close, it's really awesome because there is so much going on, so much little cells and details, and I wish it was more bright, not that dark, but look at this, if you go up close or turn away. All those little details. And I put some gold in the cups, and that is so awesome. You can't see it good on the camera. Like here, the gold. And this, I think it's awesome. And this, so much details. So from up close, I think it's a very cool, but from afar, if I see it, it's too dark, I think. But I still want to keep it. Maybe there is someone out there that loves dark paintings and isn't fond of bright paintings. But look at this, the details. So awesome. You see from afar the white jumps out and the dark colors just go to the background, so that's a shame. But still, very cool. In the description of this video, there is a link to Christina Welch's pour painting with those colors, and if you see it, they look the same as the same colors, but they are totally different overall. So that's so cool to see. Okay, this one I did not varnish yet because it had to dry a little bit more. Also flip cups. And this one is interesting because of the color combination. I still don't know what to think of it. But the colors are a little dull at the moment, so it needs a gloss, I think. So they will pop again. They will go bright. But I like the details again. I just love the details on it. When it's wet, you see that it's more shiny and more the colors are more deeper. but I think the yellow green with the purple and the pink and the blue, it makes an interesting combination. So, don't have much to say about this one. And here is my favorite one. This one I have hanging in my bedroom, and this technique is from Elise Fournier. I hope I pronounce her name right. This technique is the one where you put the white paint with a bottle, you squeeze the white paint under the color paint, and you get amazing cells and results. This was my first try, and when I just finished it I was so disappointed. I didn't like it at all, but now it's dry, I just love it. But it doesn't look like Elise's beautiful paintings, and it's not my intention to create or copy someone else, but I think it's so awesome to see the different techniques there is with pouring, acrylic pouring, and it's just so fun to try them out and see how it works. And just know, if you want to try and make a copy of somebody's pour, it never will work, because it's a creation, you create it and you can't copy it, and I don't want to copy it, but I like the different techniques there are. My favorite is still the flip cups, but I have a few techniques that I just love. I want to try again. You see a little bit cracks over here, those small ones. I don't mind. Here, a few cracks. But I think it reminds me a little bit of fire and ice, and how it flows. Yeah. And here is my second attempt at the same technique as the last one from Elise Fournier. Well, I thought my paint was a little bit too thick with the previous one, so here I make my paint thinner. But when it dried, I noticed some weird vein, branch, tentacle-like things turning up in the white. So I guess my paint was too thin. I'm not fond about this one. I love the colors, the bright colors. I think they are amazing. I did not varnish it yet, so it's a little bit dull. So maybe when I varnish it, it will pop more, but I still don't know if I want to varnish it or just pour over it, so I don't know. I used shimmery paint, this light purple blue, maybe if you can see it on this side. No. Yes, this shimmery paint. I think it gives a cool detail, but no, I'm not sure about it, and I don't know how to put it, like this or upside down, or no, I just don't know. But the colors I like, so maybe I will try to use the same colors again sometime with a different pour, because they go well together. But okay, yes, this was an interesting one. I tried a different technique. Well, the technique was flip cups, but not in cups, but in plates, aluminum plates with a not so high, how you say it? I don't know how to say it, but if you see my video, you know what I mean. The colors are just amazing. I'm so glad it didn't turn out like mud. I used orange and purple together, so that normally doesn't go well, and bronze, and I put a gloss coat on it because the colors were amazing when I just poured this one, and when it dried they became, yes, dull again. So this one has a gloss too, a gloss varnish, but oh, I just love the movement of the paint and the colors together and the cells. And I don't have much color in my house. I'm more earth tones, like light brown, gray, a little black. But in my paintings I use colors. I find it difficult because, yeah, to try to use the right colors next to each other, and I had to get used to it, but now I just love all the bright colors. And this one I also have in our bedroom. See, I hope you can see the bronze. I have orange in it. This is the orange, but this is the bronze. So maybe from here. Yes, the bronze. Or is it copper? Oh, now I'm not sure. I think it's copper. Yes, I say bronze, but it's copper. I use copper with this one. Oh, okay, lovely. The next ones are my last pours I did, small ones. So this video was an interesting video too. When I made these, I wanted to do the Elise Fournier technique with this one. It started out like that, but soon I realized it wasn't going to work out and it became very ugly. So I think the next thing I tried was a swipe. I'm not good at swipes. I never do swipes again because they don't work for me. If I swipe, it only gets worse. And people say like, well, when your painting doesn't work out, you can always swipe, but for me not. But I did, and it became more awful. So then I put more paint on it and more, and I decided, I saw my hair blower next to me, and I was like, well, I can try to blow the paint. And you have to remember to put your hair blower on the low setting, not on the high setting, because if you do it on the high setting, paint flies everywhere, in the carpet, against the wall. My husband wasn't very happy about that, but okay. I loved how it worked out in the end. When it was still wet, I wasn't sure. I wanted to scrape everything, but I just, yeah, I let it dry, and now I'm so happy with it. I'll go up close. They remind me of a flower bed, blue flowers, a bush with blue flowers. I think it's very awesome. Sometimes I find 2 or 3 colors boring, but not here. So this is now one of my favorites too. I have a lot of favorites, I know. But yes, here it is, Rinske's piece. This technique I saw on a video. No, first it was on Instagram, Rinske Dauna. Also, she is a Dutch artist, a very good one, from Den Haag, and she uses only acrylic paint and water, and she uses the blow dryer, so no silicone, and she makes the most beautiful art. Go check her out. In the video I made of this one, I have her Instagram and YouTube channel. She gives tutorials now, and I wanted to try it too, because I did use the blow dryer technique before with this one, with the previous one you saw, but I never used only acrylic paint and water. I was like, if you want to have cells, you need to use silicone or Floetrol, and I don't use Floetrol. So okay, I was very interested to try this technique. My paint was a little bit too thick here, so moved, but not enough. But the end results I love. I will go a little bit closer so you can see. The gold with the blue and the green. They all look like petals of a flower. And with a white space around it. I love it. I love this one. And I made another one, the next one, that is the one of my last video you saw. And I tried to thin the paint more. But unfortunately the paint was too thin. So it's not that simple. It never is. But it's nice to try and experiment. So that is my last painting I want to show you. I have lots more paintings in my how do you say it, in my storage room, but they are all small and not that beautiful. So maybe next time I will show them. But these are the paintings I made the last videos. So yeah, I will show you the last one I did. Here is my last pour with the paint that was a lot thinner than the last one. And when it dried, I could see appearing the same as with my other painting, those little fractals. I was bummed, and this appeared underneath the paint. It came up, and this. So it's not perfect, but I think still it's an interesting piece. It's not totally ruined. I did not give it a coat yet, so it's not shiny or bright, but the colors are amazing, I think. And you can see it here also. And here I put the copper again. I wish the copper was a little bit more spread out, but okay. Maybe this is just the heart of the flower, the copper heart. So overall, I'm not bummed about this one. So I will give it a coat and I will keep it. This was my last painting. I want to say thank you to all your sweet and nice comments, your tips and ideas, your questions. I will turn the camera so I will speak to you. This part I hate. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I, because I love to watch other artists pour and make their paintings and learn from it. Well, I hope to see you soon in my other videos, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.